What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys know, I was working on an ebook and I wasn't able to film a lot of YouTube videos for you guys, but I'm back, I'm here, and I'm gonna be posting so much more content. Now that the book is done, I can finally focus on content, which is exciting. So if you guys are new here, I am a personal trainer from Toronto and I went through a crazy transformation with my body. And pretty much this video is going to explain really truly how I was able to lose 20 pounds and how I got from this to how I look today. So it's going to be very in-depth, it's going to be very honest and real, and I'm just going to try and tell you guys everything that I did from beginning to end. So I've spoken about it a lot on my Instagram, but I've never really gone in depth about it. A lot of you guys already know the story a little bit, but if you're new here, this is kind of what happened. So I went from a very lean girl. I was always really lean, but I wasn't very muscular, I wasn't very strong, but I was always on the leaner side. Career was, you know, doing really well. I was getting a lot of clients with my personal training, and I run my own business. So I literally get clients on my own. I work for myself, and it was doing really well. So I was really mainly focusing on that, focusing on, you know, training my clients, focusing on getting more clients as well. That was my main focus in life. And I had totally neglected my body, and I ended up gaining 20 pounds of unwanted fat. I was still working out during this time, but it definitely wasn't as intense, and I was binge eating. I was binge eating a lot. I would not eat throughout the day because I'd be so disappointed in myself the day before, and then I would just binge eat at night because I was literally so starving. I would remember having like 5 meals at night, not kidding, because I was just so hungry, and I was like, oh my fucking God, I feel like I can't stop eating. It just kept going and going day after day. I'd not eat during the day, and then I would binge at night, and then my workouts weren't great, I wasn't as active, and I gained 20 pounds. It really made me feel insecure just being like a personal trainer who wasn't satisfied with their body yet still training other women. Like, I just felt out of place. I didn't feel good about my body. I didn't feel good about myself and who I was becoming. I always knew in the back of my head, I need to lose this weight. I need to lose this weight because it's putting a damper on my mood. It's putting a damper on everything in my life. The first quarantine started, and that's around the time when I was like, okay, I need to lose the weight. And then quarantine happened, and I was like, how am I gonna lose the fucking weight with no gym? And I didn't have any equipment at the time. I only had a 20-pound dumbbell. Honestly, that's all I had. So at the very beginning of quarantine, I pretty much was like, you need to get your shit together. And I didn't want to look that way anymore, simply. Like, that's simply all it is. Once again, I wasn't that big, and I wasn't fat. I wasn't any of those things. I just wasn't happy with the way I looked. It's not usually how I look, and I didn't like it. And I think that's very fair to say. I'm allowed to not like my body. It's very normal to not be completely happy with yourself. And I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't happy with who I was becoming. So I fucking told myself, you need to lose this weight. You need to lose this weight. And I knew that. And I truly felt that way. I was like, I know that if I lose this weight, I'm gonna be more confident and I'll just be more comfortable in my clothes. Because when I was that big, there would be times where I would change 50 times. I would change 50 times because I didn't like anything on me. Like, nothing looked good on me. Honestly, felt like my fat was seeping out of my clothes. I didn't feel confident. I never wanted to show skin. And I used to be a girl that, you know, and I pretty much am now, but I always loved showing skin. I always loved crop tops and shorts. Like, I've always been that type of person. So when I did gain the weight, that really was a setback because I was wearing like giant hoodies. I was wearing jeans all the time. Like, in the summer, I never put on shorts. Like, shorts were not part of my wardrobe in the summer when I was gaining weight. So at the beginning of quarantine, I pretty much set a schedule, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna work out 5 to 6 times a week. It doesn't matter how long it is. It doesn't matter what I do, but I need to get moving. I did 2 upper body workouts in a week, 2 lower body workouts in a week, and I did 1 HIIT. On top of that, I was going on lots of bike rides, maybe like 30 to 40 minutes, maybe sometimes twice a day. Those bike rides though weren't because I was trying to lose weight. There was just honestly nothing else to do during quarantine, so biking was like a really fun thing for me, and I did it with my sister. We went on joy rides. It wasn't like an intense cardio workout or anything like that. I just did it for fun. but that definitely helped with my weight loss. So yes, I was focusing on 2 lower, and I'd always start off with activating my glutes, activating my legs, and then I would do 6 to 7 leg workouts. I used my 20-pound dumbbell. I did my movements very slow, and I always preach this to my clients. You always want to kind of slow down your movements because you're going to really feel that tension, whereas a lot of people kind of speed through the exercises and don't actually feel their muscles engaged. So I focused on those, and then I did some upper body, nothing too crazy with my upper body workouts, just trying to focus on my push-ups, my pull-ups. I did some presses, I did planks, I did a few core exercises in there, and then I focused on 1 HIIT workout, and that usually only took me like 20-30 minutes of just high intensity plyometric exercises such as jump squats. I did some agility training. So I had my 2 lower, 2 upper, and 1 HIIT, and that was my main focus. Honestly, I don't think you need to do that much to lose weight, but I was just so determined to do it, and I wanted it as fast as possible that I tried to incorporate as much physical activity as I possibly could. And to be completely honest with you, it wasn't that difficult for me just because I've always liked working out, I've always liked being active and doing it in the sun. I enjoyed every part of that journey when I was initially trying to lose weight. And I'll tell you one thing, there were a lot of days I didn't want to do it. There were a lot of days where I genuinely was like, I'd rather just stay in bed today because I don't feel like it. But every time I said that to myself, or I had that feeling that I didn't want to, I just remembered, okay, well, I really want to get to a different point in my life, and I want to feel confident again, and I want to be happy, and I want to be, you know, like, I just want to feel good in my body again like I used to. For some reason, that thought really did stick with me, and it really pushed me to get my workouts in. It was simply just that thought of wanting to be confident again and wanting to wear my short shorts again, wear my crop tops again. And that's just me. That's literally just me. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you shouldn't feel like you have to lose weight in order to be happy. But it wasn't about losing weight. It was just, that's just when I feel my best. I feel my best when I'm a little bit leaner. I feel energized. I feel like I can do so much more when I'm a little bit leaner. And that doesn't have to, you know, relate to everybody. Not everybody feels better when they're leaner. Not everybody feels better when they're stronger. Like, it literally just depends on who you are and what your goals are. And for me, I just wanted to get back to that in order to feel good again. So on top of all of that physical activity, I also was focusing on my diet. And what was I eating? So when I was a little bit bigger, I wasn't eating throughout the day, and I would binge eat at night. And I knew this. I knew this was wrong because I'm a personal trainer. I know how the body works. I know how you're supposed to eat to lose weight. So I was like, okay, well, I need to start eating throughout the day again. I need to have a proper breakfast, a proper lunch, and a proper dinner. And that's exactly what I did. I focused on my 3 meals and 1 solid snack. My breakfast usually was always 2 eggs, half of my plate was vegetables, usually kale or spinach. I would also have turkey bacon on the side, and sometimes I'd have oatmeal as well. There were some days I didn't feel like eating carbs because they made me feel really bloated in the morning, but a lot of the times I did have oatmeal because they gave me energy throughout my workout. So I would have my breakfast, and then I would work out, and then right after my workout, I would have my protein shake, and my protein shake was considered my snack. In this protein shake, it would be my protein powder, some fruit, usually frozen berries, like a cup of frozen berries, a little bit of spinach, and half of an avocado, and some cashew milks, any sort of nut milk. Sometimes I would do half nut milk and half water. I would drink that after my workout, and then shortly after I would have a lunch, and my lunch was always a salad. It was always like a shit ton of vegetables, lots of greens, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, you name it. And then about half a cup of quinoa because I wanted to also put some carbs in there. And then I, of course, would have a protein. So it would be salmon, chicken, beef, whatever I really had. It would always be a really big salad though. Like, it was a huge fucking salad with quinoa. So it had all the nutrients that you needed. And then I would find that because I had my breakfast and I had my snack and I had my lunch, I was pretty good throughout the day. I never felt like I had to binge eat because I was satisfied and I was putting the proper nutrients in my body to not have those cravings. Then I'd probably go like on a bike ride, or I would go on a walk with my sister, and then we would have dinner later on, and that was always, always, always half of a plate of vegetables, Once again, doesn't really matter what it is, but I usually had spinach, kale, sometimes I'd have zucchini, carrots, just anything really, as long as half my plate was vegetables. I'd have protein, a fistful of protein, usually chicken, salmon, beef, shrimp, whatever I had, and then a fistful of carbs. And usually that was white rice or potato or sweet potato. Once again, doesn't really matter. So I focused on having those 4 meals. It was my 3 main meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. There were obviously times where I had cake and I had sweets, and it was fine because I never felt like I had to have too much of it because my body was satisfied throughout the day. And I realized, I was like, wow, like when I was binge eating, I really like did some shit to my body by not eating throughout the entire day. And of course I'm gonna binge eat at night because I'm starving. So eating throughout the day really, really helped me get through that. And I found that I was in this routine that really was helping me. I felt a lot stronger. I felt a lot more energized. I felt like I was so excited to work out after I would eat because I was satisfied. Sometimes throughout the day I would snack on little things, like I would have some yogurt and fruit, hummus and carrots, hummus and celery. I always tried to make sure I was still eating healthy because my goal was to lose weight. I didn't have any soda. I still don't have any more soda. Once you cut soda off, honestly, I feel like you never want it again. Anytime I have a soda now, I just feel fucking sick, to be honest with you. So I completely avoided any sugary drinks. I mainly focused on water. I did have coffee, but there was nothing in my coffee, maybe like a splash of oat milk. And still to this day, I don't like putting a lot of sweeteners and shit in my coffee. I feel like it ruins coffee, and I always feel like if you're gonna have coffee for the rest of your life, you might as well get used to it black or with less stuff in it, because you adding all those sugars and you adding all those, like all the shit in your coffee, it really does add up in calories, and it's not, to me, it's not real coffee. Like, I think coffee is best when it's like, you really do taste the coffee. I also didn't drink. I rarely drank alcohol. There were like a couple nights where I did with friends, but for the most part, I was not drinking. Like, no, I definitely wasn't drinking. Alcohol, there really is no nutrients in there for you, and it's really high in calories, and you feel like shit the next morning. So obviously now that it's summer, I'm probably going to be drinking a little bit more because we're all depressed here in Toronto, and what are you gonna do? But I was a big drinker in high school. Like, I loved drinking and partying and doing all that stuff, but I feel like I kind of overdid it then, and now I'm just like not that into it. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna have a good night once in a while. So at the time, yes, I pretty much avoided alcohol. Didn't even want to have it, to be honest with you. That also definitely helped my weight loss, not drinking alcohol. I also really did try and focus on my sleep, because if you have less sleep, you actually tend to wake up a lot more hungry. So I was always trying to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep as well. It's really, really important. It's more important than you think when it comes to weight loss. When I shifted my sleep hours to 7 to 9, I literally felt not just a difference in my energy levels, but just like mentally, I felt much better, especially because during quarantine, I didn't have to really set an alarm. I didn't have any responsibilities in the morning, so I was just able to really reset my body. Constantly was drinking water as well. Water is the secret. I'm telling you, a lot of the times when you think you're hungry, you're actually really thirsty. There were points where like, am I hungry or am I just thirsty? And I drink a giant glass of water and be like, damn, I feel good. I don't need to eat. I was in like a 500 to 600 calorie deficit, and I felt really good. Like, I didn't feel hungry. I didn't feel like I wasn't eating enough. It literally felt perfect for me. It was really nice having a routine again and seeing those changes in my body. And the first month when I was doing this routine, I didn't really notice much, but other people did. Like, my mom was the first one to tell me, oh, your legs look a little slimmer. And I was like, really? Okay, like, if you say so. But I didn't see a difference in the first month. The scale wasn't moving too much either. The scale, it's very inaccurate. It doesn't really tell you how much fat you've lost. It only literally tells you the weight of your body. And that was a little bit discouraging. So I wasn't weighing myself the first month too much. Second month, I still kind of kept going at this routine. My weight on the scale went down the second month for sure, probably about 10 pounds. And once again, I felt like I didn't see a huge difference, but then my dad started noticing. I had like friends notice as well. And I was like, okay, well, I guess if other people notice, then something is changing. When I really noticed was 3 months in. I noticed that my pants were looser. I noticed that my abs were kind of coming through. That's when I was like, okay, this is so worth it. Like I'm finally seeing the changes. I'm finally seeing results, and that pushed me to keep going. Seeing results is a really, really good feeling, especially when you want them so badly. So that was a really good month for me, the third month. So 4 months in, I officially lost 20 pounds, which was crazy. I was so shook. I like didn't even think I lost 20 pounds. I was like, maybe I lost like 12, 13, but going on the scale, I dropped 20 pounds. When I started noticing I was dropping the weight, I wasn't trying to focus on the scale too much because there were days that I went up and days that I went down, and it was kind of discouraging and made me feel like shit. Focusing on how clothes fit me, I was measuring my waist, I was measuring my neck, my arms. I was just doing mainly focusing on my measurements and my progress photos. Progress photos are honestly one of the best ways to see if your body's changing. Just try and do the same angle every single time and you will notice a difference if you're putting in the work. So I lost the weight probably at the end of last summer. I've been staying in a deficit since last summer, way too long, honestly. Now I'm going back into a maintenance. I want to see a lot more muscular definition. I don't want to be in a deficit anymore. I think my body is used to this deficit now. Because my body's so used to this deficit, I'm not going to be losing that much more weight. So I'm going to go back into a maintenance. I'm going to train really hard, focus once again, 2 lower, 2 upper, 1 hit, maybe do some running here and there. I am going to go into a maintenance, which means I'm going to up my calories just a little bit more and then see what happens. I know there are a lot of women out there that want to lose weight, and I know it's really hard for a lot of people to put themselves into that mindset. Like, I totally get it. It's really hard because you want it so badly, but all the work that is involved it's a lot. There's a lot you have to do, and there's a lot you need to focus on. And I don't think weight loss is an easy thing. Like, there are so many things out there that tell you you're gonna lose weight in a month and tell you you're gonna lose weight in 2 months, but god damn, like, if you want it to be sustainable and you want to live your life and be happy and continue enjoying the things that you want to do, then it's going to take time. But is it worth it? Absolutely, depending on your goals. My goal was to lose the weight, and I did, and yes, it was definitely worth it for me. Weight loss is not easy. Weight loss isn't quick. There are no easy fixes. If you want to lose it, you absolutely can. Like, you absolutely can, but you do have to shift your mindset. And a lot of people say, like, you can still eat everything that you want and lose weight, but it's going to take you longer. The more that you incorporate healthy, nutrient-dense foods, the more that you work out, the more that you avoid those processed foods, the faster you're going to lose the weight. All you need to focus on are your workouts. Incorporating 4 to 5 workouts a week, being in a routine. Don't switch it up too much. If you switch it up too much, your body isn't going to adjust to what's going on. You need to stick to a routine. You need to have a proper routine in the morning to get you going for the rest of the day, and you don't quit. You don't stop. You can't do a routine for 1 month and then see the results that you want to see. I'm sorry. It takes time. It takes time. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. Weight loss isn't impossible. Anyone can lose weight. Anyone can gain weight. You just have to have the proper mindset, and you have to keep pushing yourself and tell yourself, this is what I want. I know it's going to suck. I know it's going to be hard, and there's going to be so many days where I don't want to do it, because there were a ton of days I just didn't want to do this anymore. And I was like, you know what? Why do I care so much? But I knew it would make me happier in the end, and honestly, now that I've lost the weight, I've never been this confident. I feel amazing. I love wearing my crop tops. I love wearing my short shorts. I also proved to myself that I can do it. It made me feel like a badass bitch, being like, damn, you said you were gonna lose the weight and you fucking did. It also helped that I had posted on Instagram, like my private account, that I'm trying to get into the best shape of my life, and it kind of held me accountable, because I told all these people that I'm gonna get into the best shape of my life, so I better fucking do that. Not only just to prove to everyone that I could do it, but also to prove to myself that I could do it. Like, girl, you're a personal trainer. Let's see if you can train your own ass to get in shape, and I feel really good. I honestly feel really good. I have no regrets. I am so happy that I did this, and I'm so happy that I pushed myself to get to where I am today, because I feel like the happiest I've ever felt. But everyone still has their insecurities. Like, of course, I still have my insecurities about my body. I'm not 100% satisfied. And to be honest with you, I feel like I'm never gonna be 100% satisfied, but I'm like 95% satisfied. It's not a bad mindset to me. I think that it's always good to push for better. Of course, there's a limit. You're only going to reach a certain amount at a certain point to a certain extent. The difference between how I feel now versus how I felt when I was 20 pounds heavier is ridiculous. And it's not just like with my body image, but just like being who I am. And I guess the last thing I want to say is that you should never work out just to get to a body image goal. That was one thing that I should have worked on. There were points when I was working out at the beginning when I was trying to lose the weight where I was like, I need to get fit, I need to get fit. And that was a little bit toxic, because you shouldn't work out just to get fit or just to get to your dream body. You have to do it because it's good for you and it's healthy. And I understood those benefits after I did it during quarantine, where I was like, damn, like, I know I want to get fit and everything, but this is also really good for me. I feel energized throughout the day. I feel very productive. I feel like I'm doing really good things to my body. And I was definitely thinking that too. I was like, I just feel healthier. I just feel better. And now when I have like processed foods or alcohol, I kind of enjoy them a little bit more, because I'm like, oh, I deserve this. Like, I worked out, I was healthy throughout the entire day. Why not have a piece of cake? Whereas beforehand, you know, I just ate like shit all the time, and I didn't even appreciate what I was eating. I was just eating because I was eating. You need to do it because it's good for you, and I think that's the first thing that you should think about. I also felt like my skin was getting better. My hair was starting to grow again, which was interesting, but there were so many benefits that came along with this. So I think I'm gonna end it there. I really hope this helped you. I know it's a long process, but I think anyone is capable of doing it as long as you set your mindset to it. Mindset is everything. I think that's the first thing that you need to shift before it comes to your weight loss journey. You have to believe in yourself. You have to push yourself even when you don't want to. I would go on walks on my rest days. Like, I wasn't the type of person to just like lay in bed during my rest days. I still was actively resting. Like, I wasn't working out like crazy during my rest days, but I would go on a walk because I had this goal. I had this goal that I wanted to fucking smash, and I did, and I smashed it. I killed it, and I don't regret anything. I don't regret anything. So yeah, I get it. Ladies, anyone is capable of doing it. You just got to set your mindset right, eat healthy as much as you can, and get your workouts in. That's the three most simple things, but they're not easy. They're simple, but they're not easy. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Thank you so much for listening. If you guys haven't bought my ebook yet, I am still accepting a lot of lovely ladies to come join the group. It's a really good community so far. We're all getting to know each other, and it feels really good. It feels really good to be part of a community. So if you haven't bought it yet, it's still on sale. Just go into my link tree in my Instagram bio. I think I'm also gonna link it down into the caption if you're interested in purchasing it. Have a lovely day. You are a freaking beast, and you just have to believe that. You just have to tell yourself you're a freaking beast, and you'll smash it. Trust me. I'm a very average human being. I didn't do anything crazy. I just focused on my nutrition, focused on my workouts, focused on shifting my mindset, getting my sleep, drinking my water, doing all the things that you guys hear all the time, but really, really being consistent with it. So let's get it. Well done, ladies. Go smash it. Go get a workout in right now. Seriously, go.